Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, my brothers and sisters. Good morning, and welcome to another morning grief devotional. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr., and I'm happy to be here, back for another edition, another episode of our Good Morning Grief Devotional. This is the daily grief devotional that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. That's right. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief, my brothers and sisters, is the natural and normal response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how it is expressed on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. And that's why we say good morning, because morning is a good thing. I want to welcome you today, y'all. Today is the 200th episode. Yes. Hey, 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 hey. It is the 200th episode of our Good Morning Grief Devotional. 200. And we are happy to be here. Look, y'all, God is just doing something unprecedented. We are grateful and thankful for the mourning community, for those who are grieving, that we have this forum, we have this outlet, we have this opportunity, y'all. I don't know if we're going to have it next year, but we got it this year. And we are 200 episodes in. Look, oh man, I'm just trying to wrap my mind around that, y'all. For the people who are really going through, who are grieving, 200 grief bites, 200 devotionals, 200 opportunities for you to learn, to grow, to heal, to develop, to take a step, to comfort you, to help you, to guide you, guard you, govern you. 200, right? And so I'm grateful. I'm thankful. God is so good. God is so awesome. And so I'm grateful. I'm thankful for this opportunity to come to y'all on today. And yeah, man, I'm praying for y'all as y'all continue to navigate through your grief journey. Hope it's been helpful. Hope it's been a blessing, and hope that it is helping you to take small steps. Small steps do what? They lead to great distances. And so we're going to continue to take small steps in hopes that it's going to lead us to great distances on your grief journey. Today is a very good lesson, very good lesson. We open and close with this graphic, a graphic that shows the ocean. Check this out.
Uh, uh, Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, I love that. I love that graphic. I love that. That's Kanye West. Good morning. I done flipped it and it's a play on words. I absolutely positively love the ocean. And I just wanted to show you that. Hope y'all didn't think it was over and y'all hung up. I just wanted to show you that because it's at the beginning, it's at the end. And our lesson for today, it actually deals with the ocean, right? And so let's get into it. Here it is. Today's grief quote comes from Vicki Harrison, who says, "Grief is like the ocean. Grief is like the ocean. It comes in waves, ebbing and flowing. Sometimes the water is calm, sometimes it is overwhelming. All you can do is learn and swim. Grief is like the ocean. It comes in waves, ebbing and flowing. Sometimes the water is calm, and sometimes it is overwhelming. All you can do is learn and swim." Today is day 200. We're going to talk about the ocean of my grief. The ocean of my grief. I love this illustration. I love it. I love it. I love it because it's so true that grief is like the ocean. Sometimes the water is calm. Some days are good days. Sometimes things are calm. Sometimes things are mellowed out. Sometimes the pain is not as intense. Sometimes it's nice and calm, right? Sometimes it's nice and calm. And then there are other times, my brothers and sisters, uh, where the waves it's overwhelming, right? It's overwhelming. There are other times when it's overwhelming. Sometimes it's nice and calm. Sometimes it's overwhelming. We don't know if we're coming. We don't know if we're going. Things are raging, those grief waves. We even talk about how grief comes in waves, and those waves will begin to hit, right? And it can be super duper overwhelming. The question becomes, what do you do, right? I love it because the grief quote says, really, all we can do is learn and swim. Learn and swim. That's what this journey is all about. What are you doing on this journey? I'm learning and I'm swimming. Each and every day, I'm learning and I'm swimming. Remember, grief is not linear. There is no how to. There's no steps one, two, three. No, along the way, I'm learning and I'm swimming. Right. I'm a swim in for the daily devotional so I can get some tools, tips, techniques, and takeaways. I'm gonna listen to that. I'm gonna meet with my coach, my counselor, my pastor. I'm gonna go to my grief support group. I'm gonna read some books. Yeah, I'm gonna do all of these things to help me navigate through the process. But at the end of the day, I'm learning and I'm swimming. I'm learning more about me. I'm learning more about life. I'm learning more about God. I'm increasing my faith. I'm learning and I'm swimming. And sometimes I'm doing good. I'm navigating through the waters. Sometimes I can backstroke through this thing, and other times I'm fighting for my life. It's as if the waters are so deep and they're raging so much that I'm fighting for my life, y'all. I'm learning, and I'm what? I'm swimming. Check this out. Grief is as unprecedented as the ocean. It is also as vast and as deep and as powerful. We cannot fight it or control it. We can only surrender to it. Ooh, y'all, we cannot fight it or control it. We can only surrender to it. Please hear me when I say this is so very important. It's something we cannot fight. It's something we cannot control. Think about it. You cannot fight the ocean. Do you see how vast and how deep and how massive it is? You cannot fight the ocean. You cannot fight the ocean. And if you're trying to fight your grief, y'all, you cannot fight it, right? All you can do is learn how to surrender to it. It's so vast, it's so deep, and it's powerful. We cannot fight it, we cannot control it. All we can do is surrender to it. And when I say surrender to it, that's why I'm always pushing the narrative of revealing how you feel, right? Some of us, we fight what we're feeling. We fight, we don't want to reveal. We want to suppress, we don't want to express. You cannot fight it, you cannot control it. When you surrender to it, when you acquiesce and you surrender to it, what you're doing is you are articulating what do you feel in that moment. I'm sitting in this moment. I'm sitting in this moment. I'm sitting in what I feel, and I'm going to express it. Whether I'm mad or angry or depressed or whatever, I'm going to express it. I'm going to express it in a number of ways. They do art things that are related to grief. They do, you got talk therapy. You got all of these things that people do, and it's important that you don't try to fight it, you don't try to control it, but you acquiesce, you surrender to it, right? Because you cannot fight the ocean; it's too vast. You cannot fight your grief or control it. When we learn to swim in our grief, we adjust our speed and direction. I love that. Make adjustments based on the current conditions. We can only go where the waves allow us to go. Y'all, it's such a great parallel. When we learn to swim in our grief, we adjust based on the speed and direction, right? We adjust our speed and direction based on the current conditions. What's the current conditions? What's the current conditions? It flows. When you get closer to the holidays or you get closer to that birthday, adjust your speed and direction, right? Something depending on the waves, depending on what the waters is doing. Sometimes you can tread. Sometimes, you're going to have to backstroke. Sometimes you're going to have to full blown swim. You adjust your speed, you adjust the direction you're going based on the conditions. You make the necessary adjustments, right? You make the necessary adjustments. You can have grief burst anywhere. That wave can hit you anywhere in church, at the grocery store. Another funeral comes up. Are you going to go or are you not going to go? A wedding comes up, right? For you, that may be a trigger or whatever. The summer is coming. That may be a trigger. We going back to school. That may be a trigger because your child should have been in school or they would have been going back to school and they're not here. It may be a trigger. So what do? You adjust your speed and direction, right? You adjust your speed and direction. The holiday's coming, the birthday's coming, the death date is coming. What do? I'm going to adjust my speed and direction based on the conditions, based on what's about to happen, based on what is happening. I adjust. I'm learning. I'm adjusting, right? It's all a process. When you learn to swim in our grief, we adjust our speed and direction based on the current conditions. We can only go where the waves allow us to go. Sometimes we go nowhere. On these days, all we can do is float and survive. Just as we respect the ocean, we will respect our grief. Here it is, the final thought. I will swim in the ocean of my grief, allowing it to determine my path and speed. I will swim in the ocean of my grief, allowing it to determine my path and speed. Today is day 200. We're talking about the ocean of my grief. Oh man, for those of you who know how to swim, I know this probably made a lot of sense to you. You can identify, you can relate, you can like, yeah, all right, I got that. If you don't know how to swim, maybe the visual still helped you to understand a little bit more. Y'all got any questions, comments? Questions, comments? Swimming in the ocean of my grief. Swimming in the ocean of my grief. Swimming in the ocean of my grief. The ocean of my grief. Praying for y'all. I'm pulling for y'all as y'all continue to navigate through this season of grief, as you continue to navigate through everything you're going through and you're dealing with, your experience and in your life. We gonna make it. We gonna make it. Remember, just like you can't fight the ocean, you cannot fight. You cannot fight your grief. And so we are going to learn. We are going to swim. We are going to acquiesce and allow the waves to take us where it wants to take us. We'll sit in that moment. We'll have the opportunity, and we are grateful and thankful. We are grateful and thankful for it all. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all again tomorrow at 8 a.m. Remember, y'all, mourning is a good thing. So continue to mourn. Continue to reveal what you feel. Continue to swim in the ocean of your grief. And I'll leave you with this visual of the ocean. God bless.
Uh, uh. Good morning.